Hello there, Phantom Freak here, aka Moist Master Flex, and this is 5 tips to break your writer's block. So this is a relatively new venture for me doing YouTube, so I'm gonna continue to introduce myself. Some of you may know me, some of you don't. I'm Phantom Freak, aka Moist Master Flex. That's just a nickname. It's a dumb nickname. I'm a DJ, music producer, label owner, and A&R. I previously did A&R for House of Hustle, and now I do A&R, and I own my own label now, Thick Freakness Records. Needless to say, I've been, writing music for quite a while now. I would say about 6-7 years, DJing for about 10 plus years. So I know a little bit about, the writing process, creativity, and music overall in general. And a lot of the videos that I've been creating actually kind of sprout from me doing my live Twitch feedback stream every single week. And I have, up and coming producers who send me a lot of music, and I give them kind of tips on how to, make their songs better as far as, structure, creative ideas, mixing, all sorts of stuff to improve their music. Yeah, and usually on the stream, it's very fun. These producers will send me questions because they trust my judgment and they trust, my experience. One of the more common questions I think most creatives have, something that we all struggle with, is writer's block. And I think, every creative in general kind of has to deal with this at some point or another, whether you're a writer, a filmmaker, an artist, a musician, a music producer. We all kind of hit this wall every now and then, and these are just the 5 tips that I've found have helped me tremendously in breaking some of these blocks that I run into. So these are my 5 tips on breaking writer's block. Tip number 1, lower your expectations. I think a lot of times as creatives, we go into a project expecting an outcome, expecting a result. I have to make this banger. It has to be the best track ever. The reality is it's unrealistic expectations. You can't sit down every single time and write a hit. You can't sit down every single time and write a best-selling novel. It's just unrealistic expectations, and it's difficult to set yourself to that standard. If you think about it in the context of maybe like an athlete, not every single athlete makes every single shot that they make, but they show up and they practice. And ultimately, that's what it should come down to. You should consider your creativity a practice. Whether, you write a banger one day, whether you write nothing, as long as you set the expectation that you showed up, I feel like that's the standard you should set your creative process to. And ultimately, understand the reason why you even started creating in the first place. More than likely you do it because you enjoy it and it's fun for you. And a lot of times setting the standard and expectation of I need to write a banger pulls and sucks all the fun out of it, to be honest. So I think ultimately getting down to it is just lowering your expectations, kind of having that childlike wonder and fun and creativity with it. It's going to make the process a lot easier, a lot better, and just overall more enjoyable. Tip number 2, change your environment. So for creatives, I think our environment is very much so conducive to our creativity. So I think it's really important that you create an environment where you're able to feel safe and secure and no distractions, completely solitude, very quiet. Because in that quiet and that solitude, you're able to sit with yourself and reflect and kind of pull stuff from the ether. However, sometimes sitting in the same environment for too long is counterproductive. If you've ever heard of the law of diminishing returns, sometimes doing something for too long ends up not getting any return. So my recommendation is if you get stuck writing, a lot of times you can just change your environment and it'll offer you a new perspective, whether that be you taking a walk, whether that be, calling a friend, whether that be just going outside in general, or, you can actually go, to the gym or, something of that sort. Tip number 3, go for a walk or take a nap. It could very much be that you're all wound up and full of energy, that you kind of just need to have an outlet to get some of that stuff out. And that anxiety is kind of hindering your creativity. So something that I do daily now, actually this is kind of a recent thing in my routine. I've started taking daily walks once in the morning, pretty much when I first wake up so I can get some sunshine and all that fresh air. And another time at night, right after, say, dinner so I can digest. And I've noticed that going on these walks has actually provided me a lot of mental clarity. In conjunction with that, I also try to leave my phone in whatever environment that I'm doing the walk in. So if I'm at work, then I just leave my phone at my desk. If I'm at home, I just leave my phone in my room. And you know, not having the distraction and just being out in nature helps tremendously just clear my head. Conversely, you could just be tired, and having a nap is probably the best thing for you. I'm big on health and mental health, so you know, if you're tired, make sure you rest. If you're hungry, make sure you eat. If you're anxious, go run or something, go do a workout. If you know, the idea here is basically listen to your body. Your body will tell you what it needs. Once you give it what it needs, then you're golden. You're golden. Tip number 4, take some time away from writing. In my experience, a little time and space goes a long way. It offers some fresh perspective, especially when you're stuck on an idea for way too long. You're getting that ear fatigue, you're getting that loopiness, and you're not really seeing any progress. And usually at any given time, I'm usually working on multiple projects, you know, whether that be solo or collaborative. I'm working on, say, like 4 to 8 different projects. So I can always typically get some fresh ears on a new idea at any given day or time. Tip number 5, collaborate. This is probably like my favorite, you know, part of the creative process of all, honestly. And if you look at my back catalog, I would say it's probably about half and half of collaborations and solo projects. The reality is working with somebody else always teaches you something new, and it always offers some fresh perspectives and ideas, especially when you're stuck. And whether that's working in your own studio or working in somebody else's studio or even just doing a collaboration online, it's definitely going to help break that writer's block that you have. This is something that I definitely recommend. So if you have a friend that you think will work really well on a project with you, or if you know somebody you've worked well in the past, I would definitely, you know, consider reaching out to them and getting the project, you know, complete. And today's sponsor is Eargasm Earplugs. I recently got sponsored by Eargasm because I am a big proponent of ear protection. I go to a lot of shows, a lot of raves, a lot of concerts, all that stuff. And I want to make sure that I don't, you know, get hearing damage. You know, that really high pitched beep that you get, you know, like the night of or the day after, like a show. You're definitely going to avoid that by wearing really good earplugs. And Eargasms are amazing. They're very portable, very comfortable. You know, the only issue you're gonna have probably is that you lose them, you know, but they always give you like another pair in the box. And they're great. You don't lose any of the crispiness in the sound and live music, and you're actually able to even talk to people like right next to you. So yeah, go to eargasm.com, use my promo code Phantom10 for a discount, and get yourself some earplugs. And like I mentioned previously, I do a live Twitch stream every Monday at 7 p.m. where I just give, you know, people feedback on the music, and there really isn't any genre restrictions. I listen to all sorts of stuff. It's mostly EDM based, but you know, like house, breaks, UKG, drum and bass, dubstep, all that stuff. But I've also listened to a lot of other stuff: hip hop, rock, psychedelic rock, ambient stuff, synthwave, all sorts of stuff. So yeah, I'll also include that link in the comments below too. That's every Monday, 7 p.m. on Twitch. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe, and follow me on all the things. I'm here on YouTube, obviously. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I'm on all the things. And if you like this video, you know, give it a thumbs up, and hopefully I can make a lot more like this. Thanks. Bye.